Hey guys, SkittleRampage here. Welcome back to a new video. I do hope you're enjoying your day today. So today we're going to be talking about some One Piece Funko news. Recently, in the last 2 days or so, we got a new list of leaks and rumors of a bunch of different exclusive characters. And I wanted to remind you guys and update you guys on all the other pops that we are expected to see coming next year. Now, if you missed it recently, we just had a bunch of new One Piece drops in the last week, which included these 6 new common pops of our Straw Hats in the pre-time skip designs around the East Blue Saga. We had Luffy with the meat, his mouth stretching too, which is pretty cool. We also have Zoro there with the 3 sword style chase variation. Usopp there with his rubber band of doom. And then we also have Nami crying with the straw hat and Sanji with hard eyes spinning. And we even had a couple fun exclusives like General Frankie here with the chase variation over at Chalice Collectibles, as well as an Emperor Buggy Pop, also a Chalice exclusive, and Arlong from the East Blue Saga. Though Arlong still hasn't released yet, it looks like since it was like a weekend drop, something got confused there, because we usually don't get weekend drops like we did recently. So I'm expecting him to drop this week, hopefully. So before we get started with all the upcoming One Piece pops, we do have our question of the day, and it's going to be One Piece related, obviously, and that is, what is a character from One Piece that Funko hasn't made yet that you absolutely need in your collection? One of my main ones is probably a new variation of a Robin. Even though we just got a Wano design, I would love to see something where she's using her devil fruit, maybe some arms popping out of her or something like that, or maybe her giant form that we saw in Wano would be really cool as a like 6-inch pop something. I don't know how that would really turn out, but basically just something where she's using her devil fruit, because she has one of the coolest ones for sure. And then another fun choice that is just out there would be Gaimon. Can you imagine him just sitting in the chest as a pop? That'd be very weird looking, but very funny. Let's go ahead and get started, and I do want to thank these 3 accounts for sharing some of this news. I do want to mention this early on, just a quick little disclaimer that anything we're about to talk about isn't officially confirmed until Funko does announce it, so keep that in mind, but there's always a strong chance we could see a majority of these. But keep in mind, we could see changes, cancels, or delays on these. Starting off with some of our newer ones, we do have Admiral Akainu here as an exclusive variation. Can you imagine his devil fruit incorporated into his pop? That would look so freaking cool. So this just says exclusive. This could be just him standing there, just kind of chilling. This could be using his devil fruit. We don't really know just yet. It's expected next year, unfortunately. But I am really glad that they're starting to dive more into the Marines and Admirals. This is great because so many people would love to see more pops of them. Given Kizaru, we talked about this in some previous videos recently, is going to be our first Admiral pop and Marine pop ever. One thing I was a little surprised about with him, though, is that we didn't see some kind of glow chase or something, because this is a great opportunity. Either way, though, happy to have him as a pop, hopefully. Another fun one we do have is Smoker here as an exclusive with a glow chase variation. So this is where I thought it got a little interesting, where Akainu didn't get a, a glow chase, but Smoker did. And like, Smoke doesn't really glow, so it is a little bit of a weird choice there, I won't lie. They could just do like a translucent style variation for the chase, and that would work really well. Unless it turns out like, you know, Soba Mask Sanji, that would be really bad. But yeah, I was a little surprised to see him get a glow chase, but here's hoping it turns out pretty cool. In general, I would like a Smoker pop. He's an awesome character, one of my favorite Marines. Now, speaking of Marines, we do have Kizaru here. Just figured I would mention this one more time. This is supposed to be one of our more upcoming exclusives, like super soon here. We were supposed to see it announced along Arlong, as well as Buggy and General Frankie, but for some reason he hasn't been shown just yet, so stay tuned. Once I get an update, I will show you guys, but I know a lot of people are excited for this one. Another exclusive is from our next Wano wave, and this is Law using K-Room here. So this one will actually glow in the dark, and it should have a common counterpart, so basically a common and a glow exclusive, like Funko does a lot. Next up, we do have Beppo. This is such a fun exclusive. Honestly, it's a very missed opportunity to not make this one flocked, so here's hoping that the exclusive for this one is flocked. For any Eustace Kid fans, we are getting a new variation of him, and this is Eustace Kid using his Awakening there. So interesting enough, I'm very curious to see if this one will look better than the current Eustace Kid pop we have, because the one we have is actually really detailed. Our next one is also related to Eustace Kid, and that is Killer there. Definitely made his name in Wano, so very excited to see how this one turns out, especially with his twin blades there. I think this could be a really cool pop, especially posed. This next one shouldn't really come as a surprise to anybody, and that's another Luffy Gear 5 pop, but with red eyes. Good news, we finally have red eyes. It took them 3 pops to do that. What's a bummer about this is it's expected to be a pop and tea bundle there, which basically means it's not going to be a new mold. It's going to be them taking the original common, the first one we got, painting red eyes on it and throwing it in a tea bundle, and that is the new feature, which just sucks because we should have gotten that on the first pop. We should have gotten a mouth on the first pop, as well as red eyes and a glow in the dark. They should have all been in the same pop. Now we have 3 separate pops with all different details. And the more and more I think about this, it feels like it was just done on purpose at this point, where they made the first one, they sold out of it at multiple places, put it with a chase to make sure it, sold a little bit better. And then they sold the Gear 5 Laughing one, which sold amazing, and it had the mouth, so everybody was like, oh my god, we finally got the mouth. And then now they're selling a Pop and Tea bundle with the red eyes, and they're like, finally we got the red eyes, I gotta buy that one too. It is a smart strategy, but it's really messed up. I don't know though, let me know how you guys feel about that Pop and Tea bundle if it does come. Are you surprised? Are you kind of upset about that? Would you prefer something different? Let me know your thoughts. Our next one is another Big Mom variation, which I was kind of surprised about because we already have a couple. We have the Child Big Mom with the Chase variation, then we have Hungry Big Mom, and then we have Big Mom with Homie. So we already have 4 pops of her. This would make our 5th. Actually 6th, because she does have a Chase variation. So basically it's her in her kimono, and she should have an angry Chase, which means her hair is going to be flaming, and she just looks angry. Now today, outside of the Child Big Mom, I will say all of her pops look fantastic, so I'm sure this one's gonna look just as good. Next up, we also have King coming from Wano, and this should be a masked pop. This would have been a great opportunity, though, for a chase situation or an exclusive situation where we have King unmasked. And following up with King, we should be getting a moment of King versus Zoro, which is just going to be crazy. And this should actually be our second One Piece moment. Moving on from Wano back to Alabasta, we do actually have a pop moment of Luffy with the dugongs. So, this is actually expected to be our first ever One Piece moment, which is I don't know, it's a weird choice, I'm not gonna lie, especially when you compare it to something like King versus Zoro coming next year. But we should actually be seeing this one fairly soon. You guys might have even seen some concept art floating around of it. I won't show it here because it'll most likely get the video like flagged for like copyright or something like that. But if you search the internet hard enough, you will be able to find that. And for the most part, it looks like it could be a deluxe over a moment in my opinion, but that is expected to be the first One Piece moment. Let me know what you guys think. Our next one here will probably get a lot of people excited, and that is Blackbeard here, expected next year, and this is supposed to be an exclusive. So, what I heard is it's supposed to be a Funko Shop exclusive. Of course, that can change by the time we get to next year, but as of right now, it is expected to be over on the Funko Shop. And let me know what you guys think about this. I know a lot of people were disappointed in this last One Piece wave we didn't get one, and it's not like we couldn't have gotten one from early in One Piece when Blackbeard is first shown. That could have been a cool one just to kind of hold us over until the current version of Blackbeard, but hey, it is what it is. For any Vivi fans, we do have Vivi and Karu in a pop ride here. That's definitely going to be a very fun one. I'm sure it's going to turn out amazing in the final design. And fun fact, it'll actually be our first ever pop ride outside of the One Piece ships for the One Piece line. Now, speaking of One Piece ships, our next one is expected to be Whitebeard with Moby Dick. Definitely going to be a crazy one. He has one of the best looking ships for sure. Next to the Sunny, Law's Polar Tank and the other pops we got. But he has one of the cooler looking ones for sure. So I'm sure this is going to turn out excellent. Now, this is actually also expected to be some kind of exclusive next year. I was thinking it was going to be around maybe like a con exclusive because it's expected around March through April, if I'm not mistaken. And usually there is some kind of Comic-Con around that time. So we'll see. If not, it most likely will go to the Funko Shop. Now, our final One Piece pop to talk about today is Nami here. So she's getting a new variation finally, but as a pop bounty wanted poster. So check this out. We do have Nami here, expected for Target Con in 2025, which will be around a February release next year. I do love that this is being made, and I do hope eventually that we do get all of the Straw Hat members. But based off the time frame so far, it's looking like it might take a while because we only have Luffy and Nami now. Well, guys, that pretty much covers all the latest Funko news and a majority of the stuff that is coming next year, as well as 1 or 2 things coming this year. Let me know in the comments below which ones you're most excited about, as well as if you did enjoy this video, hit that like button down below and subscribe and click that notification bell if you're new here. Now, if you're asking me which ones I'm most excited about, probably the Akainu pop. I just want to see how it turns out, even though he's not one of my favorite like Admirals. Nami Bounty poster, I think that's going to be awesome. Vivi and Karu as a pop ride, amazing. Can't wait to get her as a pop. Eustace Kid, I'm kind of curious to see how that final product turns out, just compared to the last Eustace Kid pop we had, because so many people went crazy for that pop. And a lot was going on with him, I think, at the time as well when it released, so it was like, you know, the perfect time to release it. Whitebeard with his ship is going to be amazing too. And then Blackbeard, I think he'll turn out pretty good. Smoker, I feel like I'm saying all. I think I'm excited for all of them. Now that I think about it, I just keep listing off every single one. But yeah, there's just so much crazy stuff coming for One Piece for sure. So it's going to be a crazy next year. Anyways, though, I'm getting enough the video here by saying a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys are amazing for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys are interested and want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And lastly, make sure to follow me on all my social medias at SkittleRampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page, so you can stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.